Wait, I feel like I've seen you with my friend Susie before.
Susie Evans from The Bachelor.
Yes.
How do you know Susie? Pageantry?
Yeah, yeah. So she was, what state was she from?
Virginia.
Something, yes, she was Miss Virginia USA when I was Miss Indiana USA.
Oh, fun. I do a lot of Bachelor Nation content, so that's how we connected. But
Okay.
I also watched Deal or No Deal Island and I watched the finale. How did you feel watching the finale?
Me and my friends chit chat the whole time. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I probably not the answer you were looking for, but I was overwhelmed with gratitude that I had people in my life that love me and support me and help me through hard times. Seeing the episode previous to the final was really hard because there were quite a few people that lied to me about how things went down in the final challenge, and to see it come out the way
Mhm.
that it really was sucked. And mentally, I was kind of spiraling like, how could someone do this? Well, this doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do this. And after the show, all my friends texted me supportive messages and like, we're still going to come to the finale. We're still going to come and support you. My friends brought me flowers. They brought me champagne, and they're like, listen, Letty, you didn't win. You're a winner in our heart. We know whatever's coming next is going to be a great journey for you. And yes, you don't have millions of dollars in your bank account yet,
Mhm.
but that is coming. And so watching the finale with my friends was a beautiful moment that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life because I felt overwhelmed with love by genuine, real friends.
For sure. So maybe like it will take a few months or a year and you'll rewatch the season. It sounds like you just need to kind of cool off after this, dramatic ending.
Oh no, I'll watch. No, I'll watch it.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching it. I'm more no, it's I'm not butthurt about. I mean, I am butthurt. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
I'm butthurt about specifically what Phillip did.
Mm,
And I am bitter. I do think I still would have placed second, even if Phillip gave David the medium case just because of the time. I'm upset that someone that I trusted betrayed me because
mhm.
I would have never done that to them. And so, no, the season was great. The season was phenomenal. I love watching it. I think it's hilarious. I love rewatching interactions that I remember on the island. It brings me great joy. But I am bitter, really, just towards one person and the situation that that one person put me in and their reasoning behind it. They told
Mm.
me on a bus ride back after I had placed second that you're pretty, you'll be fine. And to me, that was just a stab to the heart because I face struggles too. And
Mhm.
I know people see this exterior and they think that nothing ever phases me and I'm such a strong person, nothing bothers her, so we can just kind of pick on her. That's not the case. Like, I am a human. I have
Mhm.
emotions. I get down. I have bad days. So I am really just bitter towards one person. I'm not bitter about the outcome.
Right.
Yeah. And that's something I will need to get over eventually, right? Like, I can't hold on to this forever. But
For
right now, I'm
sure.
just in the like, ugh.
Yeah, you're allowed to speak your piece and say how you feel about things. And I think the fans also deserve to know to some extent after watching all season, we need a little bit of tea. But what did you think of
Yeah,
David's game? Like when he kept playing, saying no deal, and it kept going more and more and more, did you think he was going to lose all the money?
psychotic.
Yeah.
David's psychotic, but I loved it. So if I was in David's shoes, I have to step back, right? I'm in my little like 28-year-old mindset of like, I'm not rich yet. I'm not a millionaire. Don't make that much money. But David has won a show before. David
Hmm.
has gone on multiple shows. David was also brought in by NBC. David also had a show coming up after our season. So David was in a position to want to market himself for future shows.
Hmm.
The best marketing strategy is to go balls to the walls, and that's what he did, which is still psychotic, but also genius. Genius. So the way he played the finale was iconic, right? I mean, he's going to go down in history. It was psychotic, like I said, but it was so entertaining and so fun to watch when we were there. We were all gassing him up, freaking out, hugging him.
Hmm.
The emotions were high. I mean, after Temple, I didn't win any money, but I felt like I had won money. I was like, this is sick. Like, I was just feeding off of the adrenaline there.
I can't believe he kept going, but it really worked out for him. $5.8 million, the biggest prize money in game show history.
What's crazy, they did not show this because yeah, it's TV. David would have picked the number 7 and switched it with his case. So before, he showed his little 75, they did that. So we're all like, we don't know what's in what. We don't know what's in what. And we see him, just play it out. And then we see the 12 million. We're like, oh, like
Hmm.
he knew which one it was. Like there's only 4%, 4.17% chance that you get the $12 million. David, if he would have kept going, would have gotten the $12 million, Zach. Like insane.
That's crazy. Do you think he can see through cases? Do you think he has that kind of vision?
I will say
Maybe.
the island, there was a huge spiritual connection, kumbaya with the island. I was
Mm.
talking to God every day I was there, and God was talking back. And he was talking back fast. Like I remember one time I was going out behind our yurts to pee, and this was going into, I believe, the final five. I was nervous, right? It was like 2 against 3. The odds weren't in our favor. Something was not going right. And I went peed and I came back. I sat on a little log and I looked up at the sky and I said, God, please give me a sign that I'm going to make it another day because this stress is killing me. Not
Yeah.
even 2 minutes go by. Saw a shooting star. I was like, say less. I'm going back to bed. Do, 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 do. So that kept happening, like different challenges. I'm like, hey, give me a sign. My favorite numbers would show up. I'm like, that's crazy. Give me a sign. Something would happen. And so David also was talking to God while he was out there. And he said before he went to temple, he prayed to his dad. And he just got overwhelmed with like the number 7.
Yeah.
And
He won.
it and he won, and he
Right.
could have won $12 million, but hey, 5.8 million is not freaking bad.
Yeah. I hope he shares some with you. I hope he takes you on a trip for, making
I'm
it
gonna ask
so
him to buy me a
far.
Rolex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. How
Yeah,
did
so
you get on
they
the show? I
oh
need to
sorry.
know. How did you get casted?
Oh, my friend met a casting director and then was like, hey, can I share your info? I feel like you'd be great on the show. And I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, let's do it. I haven't seen Deal or No Deal Island yet, but I'm down to watch it.
Mm.
Get the questionnaire. Tons of typos in the questionnaire. So I'm like, girl, love you, but did you just send me a scam? Like, this can't be real. And she's like, no, it's legit, I swear. I'm like, okay. So I fill it out. I don't really think much of it. They're like, hey, like, we'd like to move forward and ask you a few questions. Okay, cool. And I just keep going and going. And I remember my interview with Allison Cass, which is the main casting director of the show. I thought went terribly. They're like, "Oh, are you from like a one stoplight town?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh." And then they asked me another question, and she's like, "You should have just lied about that." And I literally went, "I'm not a liar though, so I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, if you're looking for a different person, go find them because it's not me." Like, I got a little sassy, and
Hmm.
so afterwards, I was like, "Didn't get that. Like, whatever. What's next? That's not my show." Got a call 2 weeks later. They're like, "We would love to have you on Deal or No Deal Island," and I'm like, "What?"
Hmm.
And I freaked out. I remember like I got off the phone, immediately set my phone up and like took a video of me jumping up, and I was like, freaking out.
That's amazing. Congrats. And you made it so far. I mean, runner up is no short of an amazing accomplishment. Why do you think you made it that far? What do you think your best qualities were in the game?
Yeah, I think I had a combination of a physical threat and a good mental and what is it, relationship wise game.
Social game.
So social game, thank you. I was brain farting. So I went in with the idea of, yes, I'm a huge physical threat. People are going to see me and want to send me home because they're like, why am I facing Wonder Woman right now? So my idea was I wanted to work with people that could depend on me. And I wanted people to know that I would help them get to the end because I'm a loyal person. And if you're working with me, I'm working with you. Like, let's go to the end together. So I wanted people to rely on me in that way to keep me around.
Mm.
So that was my whole game. So I had to play with integrity. I had to play with honesty because the minute that I was telling people I want to help them, I want to move along this game with them, and I screw them over, I'm sabotaged with everyone, right? Like no one can depend on me then. No one can rely on me. So I had to play a game of honesty. Of course, this is a game where a lot of people lie and do this. And maybe in another game I will, but for this game, it didn't make sense for me. And I mean, I made it to the end. So the strategy worked.
Yeah. I mean, I think there were so many big personalities and there was a lot of villains this season. They were almost fighting each other. So it did give you some room to stay a little bit under the radar. What did you make of some of your other castmates like Parvati and CK and Dr. Will? Like, what was it like being on the island with all those personalities?
So I did not know any of the reality stars previously. So Parvati, I didn't even know she had won a show, but I knew going in. I remember meeting her. Something felt very fake. Something
Mm,
felt very unauthentic. And so I didn't chat with her anymore. And then, Dr. Will came in and he's like, yeah, Parvati was on Survivor and won. And I was like, this checks out. Like this, the math is mathing.
uh-huh.
Being on the island with big personalities was interesting because it made me take a step back in my personality. I have a huge personality too. But when
Yeah.
other people are commanding and demanding the floor more, you kind of step back, especially with Dr. Will. Like Dr. Will wanted his screen time. Dr. Will
Mhm.
wanted everything to be about him, which Dr. Will in real life absolutely love. Dr. Will on the show, you're annoying. You need to do less.
Yeah.
So whenever he went home, I did feel like I was able to step into a bigger version of myself. I describe myself as a chameleon. I kind of adjust with the environment that I'm in and the people around me. So depending on how many people are on the show, like you'll see the final challenge, that show, I feel like I was the most me because there were less people there, right? There weren't any repercussions if I said something that was a little bit sassy or a little bit aggressive. At this point, like we're all going into the final challenge, like either I win, you win, or you win. I don't care if you think I'm a bitch right now. I don't care if you
Mhm.
don't like my personality. I don't care if you think I'm the worst person ever because I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to impress people. I'm here to win millions of dollars.
Yeah, for sure. Can you tell us what your life is like outside of the show? Like, how is it going to change since being on the show? Like, what are you focusing on right now? Kind of catch us up to speed.
Yeah, so I did end up moving back in with my parents. I talked about it on the show.
Mm.
And I am getting ready to move to New York. That is a dream that I'm not going to give up on. If I won the millions of dollars, I wanted to move to New York. And no, I didn't win millions of dollars, but your girl is still going to move to New York. I also am currently right now like making my little Sports Illustrated swim submission video because I want to be a
Yes.
Sports Illustrated swim model. So we're going to be submitting that this week. And then I want to go on more shows. Like
Hmm.
you, Zach, if you do not see me on other shows, I have done something wrong. I have
Right.
failed myself because I'm going to keep trying because going on Deal or No Deal Island was literally the best time of my life. If they called me up tomorrow and they're like, hey, Letty, like, this is Matt. We really hope that you come out to the island again. I'd be like, say less. I'd start packing my bags. I'd get ready to go. It was so much fun. It was an adult summer camp. So what's next for me is one, moving, two, still chasing after my dreams, three, hopefully another show. I feel like my life's purpose is to inspire people to go after what they want in life and not hold back. And yeah, it's challenging. Yeah, sometimes you might end up living with your parents and
Hmm.
struggling financially to get enough funds to move to where you want to go, but it will eventually happen. And I'm so positive and so sure that that's going to be the case for me.
I love it. It was so nice to chat with you, Letty. I loved watching you. You are so fabulous. I will leave your Instagram handle down below. Everybody go follow her right now, and we will chat so soon. Bye.
Oh, thank you so much, Zach. Bye.
See ya.